Good morning, YouTube. Today is Friday, June 7th. Tom Burko looks like he's in paradise. Usually Anth is the one out here looking all pretty. Where you at today, Tommy?
We're at the club. We got some clients out here. We're gonna play a little golf this morning, so it should be a good day.
That is a beautiful looking sky.
Oh yeah, beautiful looking course today.
Wonderful. I mean, let's see. I expect an 83 today.
All right, I'll bet you $20. I do better.
Okay, perfect. Anth, you want to get in on this?
I do not actually. I think he's setting you up for a loss.
No.
And,
Anthony knows the man.
He doesn't sleep well. He's got a newborn at home. I think it's going to be a rough front nine.
All right. I hope so. I mean, I forgot my deodorant this morning. Had to stop at 3 different stores. It's been a rough morning. I'm not going to lie. So
yes, that sounds like a new father trying to sneak a quick round of golf in on a Friday.
Also, has clients out. So
Mama's not mad.
All right. Well, Tom, did you happen to catch, before we get into the big FHA changes, you happen to catch that game one of the NBA last night?
Yeah, that was not a fun game to watch. It was actually such a blowout. My wife made me turn it off. I know us on Chatter, we don't love to see Boston win anything, but
no. Hate Boston.
Hate Boston. Hate all Boston sports here on the Chatter, but
yeah.
It was a blowout. They look very good. My wife actually made me turn on the College World Series. And I'm actually not sure who won that because I fell asleep.
You're talking softball there?
Softball, yeah. It was Oklahoma's going for their 4th straight NCAA softball championship last night.
That's impressive. Well, let's go Oklahoma. I like to see dynasties, so let's keep that going.
I agree.
Anth, you got any dog in the fight when it comes to the NBA?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not, sir.
Okay. I mean, Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban. Let's go with him. Pittsburgh connection there.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Hate Boston. Okay. That's all you need to know.
Well, Tom, if you got to go hit your first tee shot, we understand. But what we're going to get into today now is the FHA changes that are just coming down.
I will. I'll catch you guys later.
Yep.
Talk FHA's up. This is a big change, folks.
And remember, hate Boston sports all day long.
Later.
Enjoy yourself, Tom. So, Anth, big FHA changes are dropping. We've heard for a couple years this awful misconception out there that FHA loans are the worst thing in the world, even though they're an unbelievable program. They're making life a little easier for buyers to get an approval, which is amazing. And one of the big differences between FHA and conventional, if you're putting minimum down payment, FHA allows that 6% seller assistance where conventional only allows 3%. So all the changes coming to the real estate world, buyers worrying about affordability, FHA with 6% seller assistance is a great way to keep things affordable. But on the back end, the underwriting guidelines are changing. And one of the biggest pains in the butt of FHA was getting a definition of what a large deposit is. Buyers will always see, hey, document any large deposits. And it's kind of funny. It's always funny. Large deposits are different for every buyer. And that is, so it's not a set X amount of dollars. It depends on the specific buyer. And up to this point, it just went off of the purchase price. A large deposit was considered 1% of the purchase price. So if a buyer was buying a $100,000 house, anything over $1,000 deposit in their bank account, underwriting needed to verify. And that was kind of a pain in the butt, Anth, because, in today's world, a large deposit to FHA standards could be someone's normal everyday life.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely creates challenges when trying to verify assets, because if it's over that amount, and it can't be documented or verified, then we can't use it, per government requirements. So, at least this gives the client a little bit more flexibility, on those large deposits that they might be trying to utilize for the purchase.
Exactly. So now the rule's changing where it is going to be 50% of the total gross monthly income, and that's the same guideline is conventional, if I'm not mistaken. So if the buyer's making a gross monthly income of $5,000 a month, now a large deposit has moved up to $2,500. Any deposit underwriting needs to verify. So this can definitely be easier on the buyer for documentation, making FHA loans easier, and just going through the whole process. The second set of changes is the number two biggest question when it comes to FHA loans. We just saw the number one of what's a large deposit. Number two is, hey, I'm getting a gift from a family member. What documentation do we need? And up to this point, if you were getting an FHA loan and you were getting a gift, you had to give the donor, so the person giving you the gift, their bank statement showing the funds came out of that account. And boy, oh boy, asking someone for their bank statement, people get mean. I've had parents yell at me. I've had parents black everything out. I've had parents say no. And it was the FHA guideline. The FHA required the donor's ability to be shown. And that was always a problem. So now that's getting easier. It looks like, and again, these just dropped. It does look like that we can just use a canceled check instead of the donor's bank statement. And again, I know you've been doing this since you had hair. It sounds like you're sitting in the aviary today. You got the best backyard in all of Pittsburgh, I think, with the birds. How many problems have you had getting FHA bank statements?
It's definitely been challenging for sure. Just verifying the funds is a challenge on its own because we have to document everything for the government. Now, as far as getting that documentation from the donor, they don't want no parts of it. They just want to give their family member, their spouse, whoever it may be, the funds to be able to go towards the purchase and call it a day. And FHA never made that more simplified, which, I get it, but we're trying to close a loan for a client that has the gift funds, but these changes are definitely going to help them, receive gift funds and make it a little bit more seamless to actually document and verify for sure.
That's the name of the game. And I just tried to zoom in on everything. So again, it appears now the donor only has to provide one of the following. So you can get the donor's bank statement to show the withdrawal and the evidence of the deposit in the borrower's account, or you can get one of these following, which is just a copy of the donor's canceled check front and back, along with that evidence of deposit in the borrower's account. You can get a copy of the donor's withdrawal receipt with the evidence of the deposit, or evidence of electronic transfer of funds, which again was always a bit of an issue when it came down to FHA. So really, really, it's very important for the buyer. I know the chat's just, they think you're stand-up comedians today, but that's fine. We just know that FHA is getting better. Real estate agents need to know that it's getting better. Don't be afraid of the appraisal when it comes to an FHA. And we can get them closed just as quickly and just as easy as a conventional loan at West Penn Financial, because our underwriters are right in house. We don't have to send it out in most cases unless it's a state bond program to get approved. So that's where we are there.
Yeah, man, I think it's going to definitely help the home buyer be able to buy a home a little bit more seamlessly. And this chat has got me cracking up, man.
My forehead is the same size it's always been for the critics out there. So, That's all I got for today. Anth, do you got anything to wrap up for the weekend?
No, you guys have a great weekend. If you need us, we're always available. Give us a call for those pre-approvals, and let's get this weekend going.
Absolutely. And if you don't get a hold of Anth, he's like Kenny Powers out there on his jet ski. So he'll get back to you as soon as he can.
For sure.
Talk to you later.
See you guys.
Bye.